There's been a lot of new great TV show releases. So 2 Netflix originals that I binged all in one weekend. Yes, both of them in one weekend. 13 Reasons Why and Girl Boss. You've probably heard all the hype, obviously, about 13 Reasons Why. And there's been some hype about Girl Boss, but it's really good. I liked it actually better than 13 Reasons Why. So fun fact, there's actually a kid from our school who has a very small part in Girl Boss. You'll know him when you see him. He's like the only teen character in the whole show. 13 Reasons Why is super depressing, and I don't know, it's really like emotional. I hate to say it, but it kind of like triggers you and it kind of makes you think and get really like depressed.
I haven't watched it yet, but it sounds really like emotionally draining.
It is. Like, I think it's a good thing to watch because it really talks about suicide in a realistic way as well as sexual assault. It makes some really good points and it's very educational, especially for teenagers, I think. But at the same time, because it's so real, it's very emotional, it's very deep, and it's harsh, but like it's the truth. I still really enjoyed it, but it's a lot. But also, if there's one thing we can take away from 13 Reasons Why, other than to just be like nice to everyone, it's that everyone, we all could just use a guy like Clay. Oh, Clay. Okay. Netflix original that came out just a few days ago. That's also very good. It's like a funny comedy, but it's also, it's like a dramedy, I guess. It's mostly funny though. It's set in like 2006, and so there's a lot of references to like Britney Spears and things. It's really cool. It's about some girl who really likes vintage clothes and can't really keep a job, and then she kind of sells one top and makes $600 on eBay when she only bought it for $9, and then she starts a business called NastyGalVintage.com. It's about all of her trials and tribulations trying to start a business from nothing as a woman. Like it a lot.
Would 2006 be considered a period piece since it's over 10 years ago?
Maybe. The clothing was definitely like historically accurate. So now for the big thing we're talking about this week.
There's a new show on Freeform called Famous in Love.
So Famous in Love stars Bella Thorne
as Paige Townsend.
Not Townsend. And it's about her, and she lives in LA and she's going to school for economics, but she really wants to be an actress, and she actually goes to this cattle call for like the starring role in like this new movie series that's based off a book. I'm assuming it's like if they were making a Divergent movie or something.
These movies are gonna be huge. That's why 10,000 girls are auditioning, and we all have an equal shot at it.
It's less like Divergent and more like Twilight in the fact that it's one of those kind of books.
Well, at the same time though, it talks about the whole love triangle thing that happens in the movie, that happens in Divergent, and they're like, and The Hunger Games, and Twilight, and every other teen
YA
book.
And she ends up getting a callback.
Not to spoil it, well, spoilers, I guess, and not to not spoil anything, I'm going to spoil it for you. Watch it.
It's in the first episode.
Yeah, but the whole thing is on Freeform if you want to binge the whole thing.
And the whole thing is also on Hulu.
Yes, so you can watch it anywhere. You should have watched it by now, I guess, was what I'm saying. She has a really close guy friend who's her roommate, and she ends up kissing him, and then like they're kind of, and then like, are we dating, are we not dating? And then she ends up falling for the guy who's starring in the movie with her.
And he's like a famous actor.
And then he's kind of falling for her, and then she finds out she gets the job, and then it's like her whole experience with becoming this famous person in Hollywood from nothing. So let's break it down. It's cliche.
It really is.
And when I heard about it,
I was really like, skeptical. It's based off of a book, first of all, so like, that's a whole other thing in itself.
Highly unrealistic. As an actor, I mean, I'm not a working actor or anything, but I'm in acting school. I've been doing theater my whole life. It says in the show, she's not in college for acting. She didn't go to performing arts high school. She didn't do like theater or anything. She just wants to be an actress. She goes to a cattle call, gets the part in a big movie, then becomes famous. Like, can we just talk about how incredibly unrealistic that is? But the thing is, it's all been done before. Like, this isn't a new story. And they're just like, yeah, so it's really terrible. I didn't even want to watch it in the first place, but I kind of did, I kind of didn't. I thought it would be good, but...
So I had that same mindset. Watched the first episode, I'm like, all right, this is pretty all right. Because I was, like, surprised. And so I watched the second episode. I watched the third episode, and then I watched the fourth episode. Now I'm on the fifth episode, and I'm like hooked.
You are?
Oh my god, yeah. It's like one of those shows where it's like, what was that show that you watched with like Shailene Woodley? That was like a really bad show, but like you couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, The Secret Life of an American Teenager.
It's like that. I don't even like the show. I just can't stop watching it. It's
Okay.
not like there's like super like cute characters on the show or anything.
Can we talk about like the one guy who's supposed to be like the hot actor? His name is like Rainer.
Rainer.
And everyone calls him Rain. And it just
It's
annoyed
like,
me
oh
so much.
my god.
But I watched it the first episode when I was at my friend's house, and the whole time we were both trying so hard to like it, and we just couldn't. The whole thing is so cringy. Don't get me started on the acting.
Oh my god.
Sometimes Freeform has good acting. Most of the time, it's terrible. So Bella Thorne, as most of you know, started off on Disney Channel. She was in Shake It Up. She was in that Duff movie. And she was also in like a bunch of Disney Channel original movies. So she's your run-of-the-mill Disney Channel actress. She wasn't a good actress when she was on Shake It Up. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of Disney Channel actresses who were like on shows where they started off and then they got experience or they're training and now they're great actresses.
Yeah.
Like Hilary Duff, like awesome, good for them. Bella Thorne isn't one of those. And I used to kind of like her, but then she's got really problematic. I don't even like want to go into that. Just look at her Twitter, watch her Snapchat stories. They're so extra. It's like the epitome of like the extra girl at your high school, but like there she is.
I feel like
celebrity.
some of that is really like people blowing it out of proportion. Like the whole thing with Charlie Puth, like that was proved to be not true.
Well, not
And
even
then-
that. She's
there's like
extra.
Yeah, she is extra, and I'm not saying that she's not. I don't like her. There's like one good actress on the show.
Who?
You see her later. She's the girl that wanted the role.
Oh, I didn't like her. I thought she was cheesy.
Oh no, she gets really good in the second episode.
Okay.
So another thing. What is up with all the names? There's a girl named Tangi Turner. Where are these names coming from? Who would name their child Tangi? Do you hate your kid? When they're on the set for the movie, it's like inaccurate. This is not true. This could not happen.
And I don't understand if it's a show about actors and they're filming actors playing actors. Shouldn't that be realistic? They don't even need a creative consultant. It should be ridiculously accurate where you're like, wow, you know, if you ever went on a set, be like, this is exactly like Famous in Love. But like, no.
And then also, it's like all these characters are like sneaking around behind each other's backs. Where are the TMZ
Well,
people?
that one character in the show, there's like a
Yeah,
guy
there's like
who
this one
plays,
guy,
like-
and he's like the Harvey from TMZ.
he's like Mario Lopez, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, long story short, not to approve. Watch it, don't watch it. I don't really care. If it's your thing, go for
If
good.
you like
Bully
it,
for you.
let us know why. I'm curious. It's not Tweeks approved for me either, but I'm still gonna watch it.
And finally, our final piece of TV news is that there's a new trailer for the new season of Kimmy Schmidt. So for those of you who don't know, Kimmy Schmidt, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, is a Netflix original that has 2 seasons starring Ellie Kemper and Jane Krakowski, and it's so good. And 10 out of 10 recommend, and I'm so excited for the new season.
Hell no, I ain't playing with your Michael. I'm not fooling with your Michael.
I love Jane Krakowski.
Don't we all? So that's all for now.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Periscope, add us on Snapchat, and like us on Facebook.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
And check back every Thursday on ComicMix.com for new videos.
Bye.